Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Barkanmu da sake haɗuwa a video na uku a cikin JavaScript programming for web development fundamental a nan Caliphate Tech Solution Limited. In this class, in this lecture, we are going to talk about number in JavaScript. So last video we talked about string, and in this video we are going to talk about number. So JavaScript actually doesn't have a way to identify between the types of numbers. So what the JavaScript do is consider all the numbers as just a number, being it having a decimal point or not having a decimal point. The number is just a number in JavaScript. So instead of identifying, let's say, this one is an integer, this one is a floating, this one is this, and this one is that. No, the number is just a number in JavaScript. That's cool, as simple like that. So for you to define a number as usual is just to see the number. Let me see number variable here. Is just to say without putting any quotation here, then just say 29 for instance as a number. Remember, if you put a number as quotation, inside quotation is no longer a number. If you do any mathematical arithmetic operation on it, that thing will not happen again. Alright, if you now, for instance, this one, say okay, let me just display the number here. Okay, now if you save this one here, then we'll be able to run this. Yes, because our code here over length is trying to index of g, trying to get a string variable, and the string variable is not there. Then if you now save this here, you come here, refresh this page, you'll be able to see 29 as a number there, right? If you try to put a quotation mark here, right, you can see 29, but that 29 is no longer a number. So look at this here. Okay, if you now try to, you see, like it's like the same, but it's actually not the same, because if you try to say okay, let me use this number and add, let me add let's see number from here. I can say okay, number plus, let's see 40. You now save this here. Instead of you to see 69, come down here, refresh this page here, you see 90 and 40, because this shows that this 29 you're seeing is not behaving actually as a number, right? So that is just it about the number there. Okay, apart from that, JavaScript number, you have what you call JavaScript can support a large amount of number, being a number integer, being a number floating point, or whatever. Okay, now if we like, you can see this number should be like this, and then okay, I can see 45 point something like that. Now in this scenario, if you now refresh this page here, you see the number added now, right? Okay, number added. Okay, if you like also, you can put what you can also put maybe if you have an explanation, or maybe like very tiny number, or being it a very large number like 10 times 4 times 10 raised to the power of, let's say, 100, or raised to the power of 5, raised to the power of 6, like that. So if you have that, then you can also use exponential. Exponential is also considered as a number inside the JavaScript. So let me give it a try. Let me see. I have 4, then I write E like this, and then I see 5 like that. Okay, is here 5 like that. If you now try to see the number here, let me just see the number there. So JavaScript explanation, this shows that it's just like times 10 raised to the power of 5. Alright, 4 times 10 raised to the power of 5. So if you have that, if you write this one, this is the JavaScript will interpret it as this. Let me save it. Okay, so I already saved it. Then run it here. Then you see that the 4 times 10 raised to the power of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So that is what JavaScript can interpret that. And also, if you have minus here, JavaScript can also interpret that as the negative. Okay, minus there as the negative sign there. Minus 5 here, it can also be interpreted there. 0.0054, I mean. So look at this, 0.0004, like that. Very tiny number, a very large number. Apart from the explanation, if you have more number, you can just put it inside exponential. JavaScript can be able to interpret it. JavaScript number always like a 64-bit number, right? But by default, JavaScript number is base 10. But before we go to that base, JavaScript only support 15 digits, so that work fine. If you have a number like this, say okay, 15 digit number. Let's see, my number is 999999999. Right, that is up to 16. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, JavaScript can support this kind of number. Now if you now save this file here, you see that you refresh this page here, you'll be able to see this number because they are 15 digits. What about if we add a 1 digit here? You now save this. Look at what will happen with our JavaScript here. You see that it's no longer the number we are supporting. You see that this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Right? So totally different numbers. So JavaScript can only have like from first digit to the last digit. If you have a stronger number, you use exponential to do that. Okay, now apart from that, JavaScript also can interpret hexadecimal number. What do you mean by hexadecimal number is maybe interpret, so such people who knows hexadecimal number, meaning the number is more than, they do it on the hexa on 16 base 16, right? So anything 16 we consider it as A, 17 we consider it as B, 18 we consider it as C. So the way that just we do mathematical calculation, we say okay, if it is base 10, if you're adding two numbers, let's say 5 and 10, 5, you can say it's a 10. If you are doing the arithmetic, you keep 0 and carry 1. So in this aspect, you only keep 0 and carry 1 if the number is not actual, it's not below 16. That is what we mean. So if for instance you see let's see, do we have this number? So JavaScript can be able to see okay, 0x, let's see ff, for instance. JavaScript can understand OFE. JavaScript can understand that, right? So if you now save this one, if you now save it, wait for it to save before you go there. Okay, saved. Now if you come here, JavaScript will be able to explain that this is the number, right? So if you don't actually get it clear, try to get yourself clear with the hexadecimal number. This class is not for you to be able to teach you how you use hexadecimal number. Hexadecimal number are number of base 6, right? Base 16, I mean, right? So that is just it about that. If you write FK, you see a different number there. FK, save it and then refresh here. Okay. What about if, right? If. So if you find this hexadecimal number very difficult to understand, we'll refer back to your mathematical conversion on hexadecimal numbers, and you see the differences so that you come here. So in case of maybe you want to use hexadecimal number in JavaScript, you don't have problem with that. We just go ahead and use hexadecimal number. JavaScript can be able to interpret it and understand what type of number is that. If you now add E here, sorry, if I now add E here, let me see what would happen here and there, right? So refresh this number, you see that how the number now becomes very large number. Okay, apart from that, the JavaScript can also deals with it's okay basis, right? So the JavaScript number has a function called string to string. So basically JavaScript consider all the numbers to be base 10, but if you want the number of another base, you just need to put the bases. For instance, now let me just define a number like 4, and then 4, right? Okay, let me see, my number should be like 40. So if you need the 40 to be converted into a particular number here, I can say number, let's say dot to string, number to string, then we pass the base we want. Let's say I want 40 of base 2. Now if I refresh this page here, if I need base 2, I can pass the base 2. You give me this number, just like 0s and 1 in JavaScript, like that. So if you need another base, let's say base 4, or base 5, or base any base you want, let me just say base 8. Base 8, base 8, base 8. Refresh this page, you see that base 8 is 50. So you can't have any number more than 8 in the base, right? So we similarly, if you want base 16 of that number, you can also pass 16 inside. So whatever base you want, you can pass it there. So infinity is the value of JavaScript that return if you calculate the number out of the largest possible number. Let's say infinity be the largest possible number in JavaScript is, let's say, 15 digit. Now if you do the calculation that is exceeded the amount of numbers in JavaScript, therefore it gives you like an infinity. We give it a try. Maybe you can do simple multiplication and then you will have your own infinity, or maybe you divide, okay, you do some wrong calculation, it also gives you infinity. For instance, let me just see uh, let me just see let me just see. Okay, the number is okay. Let me just give it the number here. Let me give it like the number is equals to 2 divided by 0. Now let me see it here. Okay, 2 divided by 0, what will happen? You see that we have the infinity, right? So if you do the wrong calculation, you don't have an answer. It is an infinity. Out of range is also infinity in the number there. Okay, apart from the infinity type of infinity, none, we have also none. This is non number. So sometimes if you try to maybe do some calculations that requires maybe division, or maybe dividing something with something that is not even a number, to give you the idea this is not actually a number. So now let's see, in this aspect, let me just make this one a string. Let me see a name here. So we try to divide 2 by name. That one is actually a rubbish or wrong actually. But if you try to do that, no problem. They will say you this is not actually a number, right? You consider it. So sometimes this one you can, I think you can see it inside even in normal Office package like Excel or other things. Like try to add some numbers that say nah, this is not actually a number. So this one is actually giving a kind of hint to you for you to be able to handle different numbers, to do different calculations, and cool, easy to do that, right? So apart from this, then and then number can be an object, right? So we have a class called object. So if you look at this and then you see, okay, number is 2, like this, and then you now want to put the type of, okay, it's not responding at this moment. Okay, you now put type of a number, then you come to see your screen here, then you refresh this page, you see the type of number is a number, but sometimes the number can be also object. Yes, it can be an object. If you now come down here and see, you put it inside a curly bracket like this, and then here, and then you pass it here, you see, okay, number, for it. Okay, you pass the number here, you see how the type of will change now to an object. Okay, I didn't save, I think. Oh yes, I didn't save it. Now if I save it here, refresh this page here, you still see a number. Yes, it is still a number. Okay, sorry, I mistakenly write it here. We say this is a new class here is equals to new here. Okay, this one will now make it an object of the new class. So if you find, okay, see that is an object. If you find this class is new and object like that, find it boring, we'll clarify it to you when we meet in an interactive class. So just reserve your comment, or maybe keep your comment if you meet in the interactive class, and we discuss about that. Okay, then numbers. Okay, the properties and methods. We have a lot of methods that we can define. If you have numbers, you want to know the max value of the number or the mean value of the numbers, then you can just say max underscore value or positive infinity or anything like that. all of them, their functions and other things are there. For you to just test this max value of the number, then let's look at this. They say primitive value like 3.40 2004 cannot have the property and the method because they are not an object. But the JavaScript method and property are also available in the primitive value because JavaScript treats primitive value as object when executing method like that. Okay, now if you have this one number, you have the number is an object there. Therefore, if you see the max value here, let me see dot max underscore value is there, man. Cool. Now press on it, then refresh this page here. Yes, and then refresh it. Here you see undefined. The max value is undefined because we only have one number there, right? So what is the problem? Let me refer back to my notes. You see a number property belongs to JavaScript, a number object wrapped called number. This property can only be accessed with the number dot max value using my num value, where my num is a variable expression or a value will return undefined. Example, if you use this one, like the same way we actually applied, you see that it shows you an undefined. All right, so you can do it max value is an expression, then it works like that. Okay, so that is all we have for JavaScript. You might likely to go ahead and try to run to test the other functionality of JavaScript there, then you find a couple things. So if you're dealing with numbers and also you're dealing with strings, I hope in this week you'll be able to actually handle them, and then at the end of the day you'll be able to do something tangible good if you have a problem that needs you to apply one of this method of either number or JavaScript or method or string methods and other things, then you'll be able to actually apply them. Okay, now this is the end of probably this numbers method. The other one is coming maybe tomorrow or something like that. So try to see it, test it, try to practicalize it so that you'll be able to actually carry along with all what you're doing are related to each other. So therefore, in every week you have to carry everything in that week and go forward with the next week. So all of them, right? Nothing is more important. Anything we teach you is very, very important. Okay, thank you for watching.